Hello, in this video I'm going to talk to you about the exploitation of data from the National Addressing Referential for route calculation. I am Zakaria Belhouari, having recently completed my engineering at the Space Technology Center. This work is done in cooperation with Mr. Abdulwahab Azzaz, supervised by Dr. Isam Bukarsh and Mr. Hisham Abdi. These last years, the addressing system in Algeria has become very complex, having no homogeneous basis, due to changes in the names of streets and buildings in short periods of time. The example of our center, whose number has changed from 1 to 10 Palestine Street, and even my own address, which has changed several times in recent years. This instability of the addressing system causes several problems. For example, data redundancy, confusion in the use of the addresses, delivery delays, lost packages, and even loss of life in an emergency. So how do you use a single, simple and well-structured address for a long period of time? And how to facilitate access to these structured addresses for citizens, businesses, services, etc. in order to be able to use and benefit from reliable data. To address this issue, it is vital to have a good addressing system to improve the use of standardized addresses more reliably for various services and applications. So the addressing standard is designed to eliminate errors and faults in addressing system and prevent them for future use. In this example, we illustrate the effect of the absence of the standard in the second address. In 2015, the ISO 19160-1 standard has been adopted as the Algerian standard, and the NA 18400 relating to the conceptual model of the addressing. This model consists of address component, which is a distinct element of the address. Address is a structured information formed with a set of address components in order to properly identify a location. Addressable object is any object having a position and can assign it an address. And an addressing period. We have developed a route planner web-based application for navigation using these addresses in an organized and unified way in a reference database accessible to all, to ensure the location and facilitate interventions. Also, open source tools and data have been heavily used in this project. This diagram represents the overall architecture of the application. For this part, GeoServer retrieves the map and visualizes it on leaflet from OSM data stored in the Postgres database. At this part, through the framework Flask, we have set specific links to carry out operations on our database in order to provide some services. Here are the main links in our application. We have geocoding, reverse geocoding, autocomplete, insertion of an address. So the user sends HTTP request to one of these links and receive a JSON response. Here we configured a local OSM server with Docker to calculate the path from a place to another. This part lists the presentation of the most important function of the application. Add waypoints one by one with several ways of doing it. By a click on the map, geolocation, coordinate or plus code. And finally enter an address with the autocomplete feature by making suggestions based on input to make it easier for the user to find what they are looking for, with the possibility of modifying the coordinate of the position or delete it. The routes can be calculated for either car or foot, with distance, time, and instructions. We have also developed a form to allow the storage of new addresses in the database while respecting the standard. At the end, this project is the first initiative for the use of a unified and standardized addressing system in a web navigation application in Algeria, using fully open source tools powerful enough, comparable with those that are paid. However, prospects for improvement are still possible, such as the enrichment of the application by the functionality that's allowed to directly import standardized data from the RNA to the database through a process of integration and transfer, as well as the use of a precise geometrically road networks to improve the quality of navigation. Thanks for your attention.